Hello crafty friends and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little different. We don't have any card tutorial this time. Instead, I'll be sharing a finished product with you. A beautifully detailed wedding card that I'm so excited about. I used goodies from nearly every corner of my crafty stash, pulling in products from several favorite brands. I'll walk you through everything I used, from stamps and dies to embossing folders and all the gorgeous papers that brought this design to life. Before we dive in, I would really appreciate if you could take a minute to subscribe to my channel and hit on the bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. As I mentioned before, I used quite a few different products to create this card. I've linked everything for you down in the description box, so be sure to check it out. Before we jump in, I wanted to mention that today's card is a bit larger than my usual designs. This one here is an A7 size measuring 5 by 7 inches. Normally, I stick to A2 size cards, which are slightly smaller at 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. Let's get started with this beautiful pink envelope. It's the A7 size cotton candy envelope by simonsaysstamp, made from sturdy 80-pound paper, perfect for your 5 by 7 cards. I also like using these larger envelopes for regular A2 cards that are a bit more bulkier or have a lot of dimension. They come with a convenient self-sealing flap. Just peel and press to close. To begin with, you'll see I added a small floral detail in the top right corner of the card. Since I plan to hand deliver this card to my friend, I didn't have to worry about any postage space. If I were mailing it, I would have placed the floral element towards the lower left hand corner instead. I also have plenty of space in the center to write the recipient's name. This floral accent ties in with the beautiful floral elements you'll see inside the card. To create it, I used the Cherry Blossoms embossing folder and coordinating cutting dies from Simon's Stamp. This embossing folder showcases a delicate cherry blossom pattern that adds a lovely touch to your card. It also comes with 3 coordinating dies, making it easy to cut and emboss individual blooms. These pieces are perfect for creating beautiful dimensional accents on your cards, scrapbook pages, and as I have done here, even on our envelopes. Take a look at that beautiful dimension on those flowers. I started by cutting the flowers from white cardstock using the coordinating die. I then ran them through the embossing folder to give them that beautiful dimensional look. To add a soft touch of color, I lightly ink blended some positively saturated bubblegum ink on the centers of the flower. And for my flower centers and the tiny little anthers, I used pink and yellow glitter pens from Violet Studios to give them that subtle hint of sparkle. To create the branch on this floral arrangement, I use the Be Bold Blooms die set by Spellbinders. It is one of my favorites because it includes a wide variety of dies that will let you build a stunning spray of bold and beautiful dimensional flowers. Along with the branch, the set also features petaled and layered floral elements, perfect for creating a striking floral focal point for your projects. I die cut the branch from craft cardstock and added some subtle details using mocha and cappuccino positively saturated inks. The ink blending here is very soft, barely noticeable on camera, but in person it adds a lovely touch. That slight hint of brown really enhances the look of that plain craft cardstock and gives it more depth. So that was our gorgeous cotton candy envelope, complete with a lovely dimensional floral design and space to write the name of the recipient. Now let's take a peek at what's inside. As I carefully slide the card out of the envelope, you'll immediately notice the intricate details on the front. I have created a gatefold design. This style opens from the center like a pair of doors, with the two side panels folding inwards to reveal the main design on the inside message. Now, on one panel, there is this beautiful purple wedding cake. You'll also see that I carried over the same floral arrangement from the envelope to tie everything together. There's a delicate congratulations sentiment and an embossed background panel on both of those gatefold panels. We also have my absolutely favorite part of this card, which is the two adorable puppies, adding a sweet touch to this design. These adorable pups are from the Round of Appaws stamp set by Simon Stamp. Aren't they just the cutest? Well, now let's talk about the cake that is featured on this panel. It's a die cut design created using some gorgeous specialty papers from Your Paper Insider. For the main layers, I used the delicate lavender Thai Unuru paper paired with a beautiful glitter cardstock to add some extra glitter, shine, and sparkle to this cake. The cake itself was made using the Build a Cake die set by Cat Scrappiness, which includes all the elements that you'll need to build this cake. We have the cake layers, the outline, little bow embellishment, and even the base of the cake. I cut the base from matte gold cardstock by simonsaysstamp to give it a more classy and elegant finish. The flowers you see here are the same ones that I featured on the envelope, created using the cherry blossom embossing folder and coordinating die. I use the same inking and coloring technique to keep everything cohesive. Now, onto the sentiment strip. I used a very thin and delicate congratulations sentiment, which is a letterpress design from the Always and Forever sentiment strips and die set by Spellbinders. I adhered the sentiment on the right flap of this gatefold, so as you'll notice, the cake is placed on one flap while the sentiment sits nicely on the other, creating a balanced and elegant card front design. I used a gold twine to tie everything together literally and visually. Not only does it add a cohesive, elegant touch, but also helps keep the gatefold card securely closed. For my background, I used this beautiful embossing folder by Spellbinders. It actually came with my Spellbinders die cutting machine, and unfortunately, I didn't have a name, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere on the Spellbinders website also. So, if you happen to know or recognize this, please let me know what this embossing folder is called in the comments below. Now let's open this gatefold card. I gently untie the golden bow, and before we look inside, let me quickly walk you through how the front elements are arranged. The cake here is adhered to the left hand panel and the sentiment is attached to the right panel. They are positioned in a way that allows the card to open smoothly without anything getting in the way. You might also notice that the little pup standing behind the cake is actually attached to the right panel and not to the cake itself. This way, when you open the card, everything moves seamlessly and nothing overlaps awkwardly. And when the card is closed, the design comes together beautifully, giving an illusion of a single cohesive panel. Now that we have gone over the front panel in detail, let's take a look at the beautiful design inside the card. As I open the gatefold, you'll see a lovely scene inspired by nature and the cherry blossom theme. There are delicate butterflies and the same embossed and die-cut cherry blossoms carried through from the front. A soft blue background, which I created using this absolutely gorgeous Thai Unuru paper again by Your Paper Insider. And of course, the showstopper, a glittering gown and an elegant suit, adding a truly special touch to this design. Unlike the envelope and the card front, I added a lot more floral elements to the inside of the card for a fuller and more vibrant look. I also included one of the Always and Forever letterpress sentiments, again from the same Spellbinder sentiment strip set. I trimmed it down to fit perfectly between the cluster of cherry blossoms, tying everything together beautifully. Now let's talk about the main focal point of this card, the bride and the groom. I created them using the bride and groom die set by Cat Scrappiness, which includes 14 dies that lets you craft elegant figures perfect not just for wedding cards but also for proms, graduation, and other formal occasions. For the bride's dress, I used white glitter cardstock from Simon's Stamp. The silver accents on the neckline, the bow, and the belt are specialty glitter cardstock papers by Your Paper Insider, the same ones which I used for the groom's shirt and his tie. Now, his suit is made from a soft, luxurious black paper, again from Your Paper Insider. And well, don't miss that tiny cherry blossom on the bride's gown. It's a sweet little detail as if the blossoms gently fell from the tree onto her dress. To tie in with the nature inspired theme, I decided to stamp a few butterflies in the background. I used two different sets for this. Now, one butterfly is from the Big Botanical stamp set, which was part of the recent You're My Favorite release, and the other one is from an older vintage garden set, which I believe came from one of the past Simon's stamp card kits that I have. I absolutely love this set, and well, it's one of my favorites so far. Now, I also added some delicate details and embellishments from the Big Botanical set to enhance the background. All of the stamping was done using the guava positively saturated ink, which added a soft, cohesive touch to our scene. I absolutely love how this card came together, from the elegant three-tiered cake and adorable puppies on the front of the card to the soft cherry blossom and the beautifully sparkly bride and groom inside. The nature-inspired theme really brings it all to life. Well, we are not done yet. Of course, we need a space to write our personal message for the bride and groom. For that, we'll flip to the back of the card. I created a small note card using the petal tipped label dies from Simon's Stamp. This was also part of the latest You're My Favorite release. This is a nesting die, and I used it to create a tiny little card that opens up for your message. On the front of this card, there's a letterpress sentiment that reads from all of us, paired with the three cherry blossoms to keep the theme consistent. Inside, there are just enough space to write your heartfelt note for the bride and groom. This little card also cleverly holds the gold twine in place, so once your message is written, you can wrap the twine around the card to keep both the gatefold and this back note card securely closed. And that wraps up this truly special wedding card. From elegant three-tiered cake and sweet little pups in the front to sparkly bride and groom and nature-inspired scene inside, it all came beautifully together. I especially love how the soft cherry blossom and thoughtful details tie everything in so perfectly. And of course, that little note card on the back adds the perfect finishing touch and space for your message, neatly held in place with that gold twine and the beautiful cotton candy envelope. I hope this project inspired you as much as I loved creating it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more crafty inspiration, and leave a comment below. Also, please note that all the supplies that I used here have been linked down in the description box below. All of those links are affiliate links, which means that if you shop using one of my links, I get a small commission at no cost to you guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Until next time, stay safe.